The Presidential Motorcade, a logistical circus of epic proportions, moving the President of the United States from one location to another, is not just a logistical nightmare, it's a full-blown circus, complete with clowns, Secret Service agents, high-tech gadgets, and enough vehicles to make a car dealership blush. The American president is one of the most powerful people in the world, and there's no time when they're more exposed than when they're in transit. 2 of the 4 successful assassinations of American presidents, James Garfield and John F. Kennedy, occurred while they were traveling. So the Secret Service has turned moving the president into an art form, complete with enough bells, whistles, and armored vehicles to make a Bond villain jealous. The Presidential Motorcade is the piece de resistance of presidential transportation. It's a convoy of up to 40 or 50 vehicles and over 100 people, all working in harmony to ensure the president doesn't become a moving target. Let's break it down, shall we? The lead car, or in this case motorcycle, is the first thing you'll see in a motorcade, but don't be fooled, it's not actually the first vehicle. That honor goes to the route car, which sneaks through about 5 minutes before the lead car like a ninja in a sedan. The route car is followed by 20 to 30 motorcycles, whose job is to clear the path like Moses parting the Red Sea. On highways, they speed ahead and close exits, so no one can accidentally merge into the president's personal autobahn. In cities, especially in Washington, D.C., where motorcades are as common as bad traffic, the motorcycles form a V pattern to push cars aside, causing a disruption of only 2 or 3 minutes. Outside DC, however, they go full-on roadblock mode, shutting down entire streets because, let's face it, no one outside the Beltway knows how to handle a presidential motorcade. Fun historical fact. The first presidential motorcade was for William McKinley in 1901. It was a modest affair compared to today's extravaganzas, but it still caused quite a stir. Back then, people were more amazed by the fact that a car could move faster than a horse than by the security measures. The secure package is the heart of the motorcade, the VIP section where the president rides in style and safety. In case of an attack, this group of cars can detach from the rest of the motorcade and function as an independent unit. The star of the show is the president's limo, but here's the twist. There are always 2 identical limos, complete with the same license plate. This is to throw off any would-be assassins who might be lurking with a sniper rifle and a grudge. These limos are no ordinary stretch limos. They're rolling fortresses weighing between 15,000 and 20,000 pounds, built on modified truck beds. They're bulletproof, hermetically sealed to protect against chemical attacks, and come equipped with rocket-powered grenades, night vision optics, a tear gas cannon, pump-action shotguns, bottled oxygen, and, wait for it, 2 pints of the president's blood type, because nothing says prepared like having the president's blood on hand. Fun fact, the first armored presidential limo was used by Franklin D. Roosevelt after the attack on Pearl Harbor. It was a gift from Al Capone. Yes, that Al Capone. The mobster's car was confiscated by the Treasury Department, and they decided it was perfect for the president, because nothing says trustworthy like a gangster's hand-me-down. Leading the secure package is the electronic countermeasures Suburban, a vehicle so high-tech it could probably hack into the Matrix. Its job is to jam any remote-activated explosives along the route using 2 tall antennas that send out a barrage of radio frequencies. The 2 domes on top are likely electronic warfare sensors that can detect rocket-propelled grenades or anti-tank missiles. If they detect a threat, they'll probably activate smoke grenades to throw off the attacker. Of course, this is all classified, so we're just guessing. But it's safe to say this car is the motorcade's resident tech wizard. Next up is the control car, which carries essential staff like the president's military aide and doctor. In the event of an attack, these folks are crucial, so they stick with the secure package. Think of this car as the brain of the operation, coordinating everything while the other vehicles flex their muscles. The halfback carries the president's personal Secret Service detail, the agents who are glued to the president like overprotective parents. The cat car, or counter-assault team, is where things get serious. These agents sit in rear-facing seats with automatic weapons ready to unleash hell on anyone dumb enough to attack the motorcade. You can always spot the cat car because the back window is open, giving the agents a clear line of fire. In an attack, the personnel detail shields and evacuates the president, while the cat team stays behind to handle the bad guys. It's like a real-life action movie, but with more paperwork. Fun fact: the Secret Service was originally created in 1865 to combat counterfeit currency. It wasn't until after the assassination of William McKinley in 1901 that their primary mission shifted to protecting the president. So, next time you see a Secret Service agent, thank them for keeping both the president and your $20 bills safe. Following the secure package are vans full of the press pool, because what's a presidential motorcade without a few reporters documenting every move? There's also the ID car, which communicates with counter-surveillance teams to identify potential threats. And let's not forget the hazardous materials mitigation unit, a black truck equipped to handle chemical, nuclear, or biological attacks. Because when you're the president, you can't be too careful. When the motorcade isn't practical, the president takes to the skies. Marine One isn't a specific helicopter. It's the call sign for any helicopter carrying the president. And just like the limos, Marine One never flies alone. It's accompanied by up to 5 identical decoy helicopters that shuffle positions mid-flight to confuse potential attackers. It's like a high-stakes game of musical chairs, but with more rotor blades. Air Force One is similarly not a specific aircraft, but the call sign for any Air Force plane with the president on board. These planes are flying fortresses equipped with advanced communication systems, defensive measures, and enough fuel to keep the president airborne for days if necessary. Fun fact: the first Air Force One was a modified Boeing 707 used by Dwight D. Eisenhower. It was nicknamed Queenie and set the standard for presidential air travel. All this security doesn't come cheap. Transporting the president costs American taxpayers about $350 million per year, roughly a quarter of the White House's annual budget. That's enough money to buy a small island or fund a few seasons of a hit TV show. Protecting the US president costs so much because apparently keeping one person safe requires a convoy bigger than the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. Enough armored vehicles to make a tank factory jealous, and a motorcade so complex it makes a wedding seating chart look simple. With high-tech gadgets straight out of a sci-fi movie, decoy helicopters playing hide-and-seek, and enough counter-surveillance gear to make Batman blush, it's less security detail and more mission ridiculously expensive. The presidential motorcade is a logistical marvel, a rolling fortress, and a testament to the lengths the United States go to protect the leader of the free world. It's expensive, it's over the top, and it's absolutely necessary. After all, history has shown that the president is never more vulnerable than when they're on the move. So, the next time you're stuck in traffic because of a motorcade, just remember, it's all part of the grand circus that is presidential security, and if you're lucky, you might catch a glimpse of the most powerful person in the world zooming by in their armored limo complete with rocket-powered grenades and a tear gas cannon, because nothing says presidential like being prepared for absolutely anything. Attention, Internet people! If you've made it this far, congratulations, you now qualify for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Smashing that like button instantly increases your coolness by 327%, scientifically unproven but spiritually accurate. Subscribing guarantees good vibes and fewer traffic jams in your life. Hitting the notification bell may or may not summon a tiny dancing robot to your home, so go ahead, click those magical buttons before they get lonely. Otherwise, a mildly disappointed virtual pigeon will be sent to stare at you judgmentally. Thanks for watching. You're awesome.